Here we go, baby. What do you think? What do you think? No. Danny boy. Frogman. I'm so pissed off. I can't find my sunglasses. We got to bring some holiday cheer here. A little bit of cheer. I see people in chat, but it's telling me there's 0 people on. Am I even live right now? Late? What do you mean late? Am I live? Do you hear things? Do you hear things? David, speak to me. Someone confirmed that we have audio up in here. 19 people. Haha, I am live. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. We need some overhead cam. We got a lot to discuss. All right. I don't need these AirPods though. Where's my All right, we got to get settled here. A lot to discuss. I ran a survey on the Facebook Marketplace group and we got about 60 some responses. All right, let's see who we got up in here. We got Lepton Soup 337. Is not going to make it. Cody says he'll be fine. Maybe you're saying the game will be fine. I'll be the judge of that. I will be the judge of that. Shenanigans, says Dan. Rob Gruber. I think it has great potential to become a staple in a category. Well, thank you. But it does need to improve a lot of areas. Straight damn shenanigans. Tyler, what's up, dude? Filthy casual. I'll be able to listen, at least for a little bit. Mike Pelly, what did I miss? He says at 9:59. 16 minutes before it starts. Rook, here we go. Nice tongue there, Fluent. Scumbag. I think Mike will go live and revert to his soft, simping ways. I'll be the judge of that. Shut your mouth, by the way. Shut your mouth. You too simpy bastard. All right, guys. We got Dan. We got Cosmic Seeds, who's going to be in Vegas, by the way. We got to talk about Vegas. All right, then we got confirmation of sounds. Rook, what's up, man? David Bousquet, the experience share. Nice, man. Gameplay channel? Are you guys? You're the one who was busting my balls last time. He never fails. All right. Who else we got? 1 week until AL kind of launched. Indeed. We need to talk about that. Oh, David's naked in his recliner. Perfect. It's that kind of show. Delays. Nah, I was right on time, man. I was not delayed. Hi, John. I'm fine. My country, or my county, did get hit pretty hard. Yeah, speaking of getting hit pretty hard, so you guys heard about our buddy there, Mystic, in the official Discord? So a lot of people, a guy got hit pretty hard by the hurricane down south. I think, does he live in Louisiana? I'm not sure what state he's in, but yeah, there's some bad storms here in the southeast. I am in the northeast, so it's coming up the coast, and there's a GoFundMe account. Who has the link to that GoFundMe account? Could someone drop it in the chat? I wanted to share that here. People are raising funds for the guys. Really nice. I saw there's a $15,000 goal, and there's already, close to $2,000 raised. His house was severely damaged, and his whole sorcery collection looks like it got heavy water damage and might have been destroyed. So there's a GoFundMe that a couple guys set up, and then starting tomorrow, Saturday, we're gonna run an auction. A few guys, I'll put out all the details tomorrow, but a few guys from the Discord wanted to donate a few high-end sorcery cards. So they're gonna throw some stuff in. I'll throw in something. I was thinking maybe a spellcraft card or something pretty unique and interesting would be cool. And then we'll run an auction from Saturday to Tuesday as a fundraising thing to raise proceeds for this guy. And I think people are donating cards and stuff. to help him rebuild his collection. So if anyone has that link, oh man, the discords are popping off. It's like a needle in a haystack. I should have been more prepared. Oh, he lives in Kentucky? I honestly don't know where Kentucky is. Isn't that like Midwest-ish? Kevmo thing comes up here. Where's the GoFundMe, guys? Who has the link to this? No one has it? If someone... You dropped it? All right. Where'd you drop it? On Discord? He lives in Florida. Florida. Who has the link? Seth. Send me the link on... You sent it to me on Facebook Messenger. Let me find that. I'm looking in Discord. It's like a needle in a haystack. Hang on a second. No, I don't know exactly where Kentucky is, to be perfectly honest. I'm not the most geographically adept, as they say. All right, where is this? All right, I got it, guys. Here we go. I got it, Seth. We're good. All right, so we're going to do that. All right, so there's the GoFundMe account. And hang on a minute here. Let me open this up. I wanted to make sure I covered this up front. We have about 39 people, so a pretty good number. And let me tell you what's going on here. All right, so Devin Orsland was impacted by Hurricane Helene, and many of his personal belongings were destroyed. This includes a majority of his sorcery collection. Devin is a pillar to community. If you guys don't know, this guy's been in the Discord since the very early days. There was probably like a few dozen of us when the Discord was stood up, and I remember he was in there. I think he's a big Seb McKinnon fan, if I remember correctly, which is pretty cool because there's we got to get into that. There's some rumors flying about some artists. And, you know, Sam McKinnon is in the game, and maybe we'll see Seb. I know he was approached for the game and was too busy at the time, but things change. So anyway, he's known in the community for his kindness, passion, cosplays, and generosity. Was he at Baltimore, Seth? Was he the one that was dressed up as shit. I'm tired, guys. What is the freaking card called? Hang on a second. Don't say it. Don't say it. Common Sense, you bastard. I was searching for it. Yeah, he was dressed up as Common Sense. Yeah, I just put two and two together because I saw his picture on the GoFundMe here. If you click on that link that I dropped in chat, and you know, he was in his Common Sense gear. It was an awesome costume. Really nice guy. So I did see him at the Baltimore Sorcery Spring Social, is what it was, and his name's Mystic Moose on the Discords. You guys probably seen him if you've been around the Discords at all. So he's recovering from a hurricane. Recovering from a hurricane can be long, arduous process that can take weeks to months to return to a sense of normalcy. So the guys have put together a relief fund for the community to help restore his collection and provide monetary assistance for other personal needs. So there's three ways that this is being approached. So we have the GoFundMe account, which will help Devin pay for food, shelter, medical care, a new home. You know, he's completely rebuilding, guys. So it's more than just sorcery. You know, sorcery is just a goofy card game that we do on the side, right? You know, there's real life shit that's far more important than delays and you know, petty luxuries. So they're sending him a complete master set of non-foil beta. He plays, you know, he's a player, so he needs cards to play. And if you want to donate alpha or beta foils, playmats, sealed product from your collection, you can go to this Google Sheet and you can mark what you're donating. You use columns B and C by adding the quantity you're sending, and use column E to put your name down. And keep in mind, it's a public spreadsheet that can be edited by anyone, so please only make edits to columns B, C, and E. So here's the spreadsheet. If you guys want to make a card donation to help him rebuild his collection, there is the spreadsheet if you guys want to take a picture of that and go track it down or grab it out of the... If you're following on Facebook, go to Collector Art House YouTube, and then in the chat there... Actually, you know what? I'll post this again, and it'll go to the Facebook feed as well. So I'm going to drop it in there again, guys. So you could donate there. All donated products can be sent to Adam Ferinsky. He's the guy to set up the GoFundMe, and he's got his address here. Again, I don't know if I should post his address in YouTube. Feels weird. YouTube's a strange dark place, but we're gonna post these details, and when it goes up for auction, I'll give you guys all this information. So the third way will be by spreading awareness. So we have the GoFundMe account, which I dropped in the chat there, and again, I'll pull that up if I could find it here. I don't know. Shit, where'd it go? Delays. Here we go. The GoFundMe. Let's see what that's at, by the way. Let me take a quick look at that. So, $2,260. Yeah, $2,260. 24 people donated. So that's quite a nice sum. I guess you can, the GoFundMes, you can do that with your name or anonymously. Very nice. Everybody's chipping in. And then, the auction's going to have some nice foils. I think there was a core, and let me check here really quick. We were still working on gathering a few items. So we have a ruby core, unique, obviously. That one was a beta foil. Let me go back to the list here, guys. One moment. So we got Seth Gold, SG90 on Discord. You guys probably know Seth. He sells a lot of singles. He was at the Baltimore Sorcery Spring Social, and a couple of his buddies pulled this. Him and a couple of his buddies pulled this together. So let me see what else they have rounded up. We got Silver C and Buzz TCG and Seth, and then I'm gonna look at like the old unique unicorn type things and throw in like a spellcraft or something cool that people I think are into, which should help it do well. All right, so look for that for Saturday. It'll run from Saturday to Tuesday at the Sorcery Community Facebook group and the Collector Art House Discord. All right, so let me see. He is healthy. Yeah, so he and his family were not hurt, and his I guess he's got some pets. Everything was okay, except his house is like completely destroyed. So yeah, thanks, Seth. So these are the items. The alpha, it was an alpha foil ruby core, alpha foil river of flame, beta foil ruby core, and a collector art house special to be determined. So I'm gonna look into that. What's up, Timbo? All right, guys. So we got Artherian Legends right there, and right there. Truett Parish, the original paintings, all originals behind me except the Dragon Lord Lair. That is a Geely print. Geely print from Ed Bear Jr. He was very nice to give me that a while back. It's a print run of 500 copies, and that is the number 1 of 500. And I think he's sold a few of those. He usually gives priority to his patrons, and then he opens it up to the public. He's been going to a lot of Renaissance fairs and things like that. People have been buying prints of those, which is really cool. All right, so let's go to... All right, guys, this is what we're going to need to do. Should we get into the topics? We got a number of things here. Let me go. Let's see if the overhead cam's working really quick. Extra camera. All right, so overhead cam in action. I don't have any sorcery stuff just yet. The Artherian is in limbo, but we have some Guardians CCG. We started opening this box with like one of the gurus of Guardians. And I don't know. We didn't get through the whole box. It was taking a while, so I got some of that. I got this Jerry Brom. Fantasy trading cards from Brom. So there he is, riding a duck, a rubber ducky. Who says he does dark stuff? So we might crack a few of those packs just for kicks. And then I was talking about the spellcraft cards, right? So I'll pick one. These are for consignment. So these are going to be coming to regular auction. I'll donate like one of my own from my collection. So we'll do something cool and interesting. And then, so these ones are going to come to auction separately, something different. We have the spellcraft are interesting because they were kind of home printed, we believe, by Eric in the early days, in the very early days before the name Sorcery Contested Realm was decided on. And I'm not going to reveal all these right now, but I think I'll reveal one because I'm probably going to run it in the front end of this week. And it's going to be one of the Atlas cards, and we're going to probably start off with a bang with one of these bad boys. This one was teased a bit in the Discord. Very interesting, incredible, iconic card. So this is a card that did not make it into alpha. First thing I want to show you guys is that in the early days with the sample cards and the pre-alpha digital cards before it went to print, all the regions were on the back of the map, on the back of the Atlas cards, and then when it went to alpha, these were removed. So when it actually came out in Kickstarter, there's no regions labeled on the map. So this is the old Spellcraft, still had that at that time, and of course the color saturation is pretty different. Yeah, so John, the Braum cards are by FPG. It's the old FPG set. So here's the card, guys. The Epic Krakatoa by Aranja Art. So it's a unique, and you notice again, these were homemade, we believe by Eric, for playtesting in the early days. We acquired these. This is me and a buddy of mine acquired them from someone that was working on the project in the very early days. So that was the source. He got a few, and then I got several after the fact, and then some were, I think I gave away maybe a few, and maybe my friend did here, and he wanted to offer some of these for consignment. And the Krakatoa is one of the awesome ones because it's by Aranja Art. She only had three illustrations in the alpha debut, and this was one that was not used. Also, the water castle, became a curio. So this, I mean, we wonder if this would have been the alternative card for the volcano that Jesse Pilkus did. And there's several cards that were commissioned with the same card title. So the other speculation is maybe we have a revised set at some point, and we have these other arts by the same artist. And the artwork's like really great on this one. It's really cool looking. And it says, Krakatoa, a unique site on the verge of exploding. You may destroy Krakatoa and everything on it at any time. At any time is pretty interesting, because I guess you can destroy it on your opponent's turn too. I'm sure they play around it, but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it could be a future curio, or a lot of these alternate arts, as Seth is saying here, or maybe there'll be just a revised set someday, and we'll get just new artworks for a lot of the cards. Maybe some of the staples, maybe some of the non-staples. Stop shilling. Says 2 Foot, you bastard. All right. So back to the topic at hand, he says. Why did my... Oh, okay. All right. There was an announcement in my own Discord. I was like, how's that possible? All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do. We got to go to the Sorcery Community Facebook group. And here we go. How's this for shilling? We just hit the 4,300 member milestone mark. What is that? All right, stop sharing that. Share screen. This one. No, not that one. This one. That one. That one. All right, guys. So there's the Collector Art House Discord. So here you go. Here's the GoFundMe. There's Devin. $2,260 raised. It's really great. And is there a time frame on this thing? 24 people donated. You can see their names there. And yeah, I dropped the link in the Discord there. So if you guys want to help them out, that would be awesome. Dan, Frogman Dan, the community man. All right, so there's the GoFundMe. We're going to go to... Oh, look at that. Dale bought this one. Everyone's saying who bought it. Congrats, Dale. Damn, that's crazy, man. For those in Wisconsin, artist Jeff Menges will be making an appearance Saturday, October 12th. Details aiming. Oh, okay. So maybe, yeah, it's not clear. Dale's buddies with Jeff Menges. And it's not, I thought at first, oh, there's Simon piping in. Oh, that's a nice piece. Smiley. So Simon, dude, I think Simon bought it, right? Look at that. Look at that sly look. Only Simon would make that sly little smile. Oh, that's a good one there, Dal. That one looks nice. I wonder where that one ended up. So that's my theory. I don't know. Dale looks scared. He's like, I don't know. I don't know if I should be holding this one like this. It probably sold for like 15 grand or something if I had to guess. Because I know there were some sizable bids and some guys did not win it. So I think that was a pretty strong sale for Jeff. Absolutely amazing, beautiful piece. Great frame, custom frame that one of his friends made, or I think he knew like a shop. The guy made this custom by hand. It's incredible. And yeah, there you go. So Jeff's making an appearance Saturday, October 12th. Anyway, I get distracted when I go to Facebook. All right, so here we go. How's this for showing here? Look at that one there. Look at this freaking artist proof. The Elementalist by Elvira Shakarova. See? El Shakarova. 2024, 6 of 25. So that's live for auction now until Sunday. It's at $1,500. The last one sold for $3,100. It's incredible, beautiful artist proof. This one is my personal favorite. The last one was amazing too. We were debating in the Discord which was the better of the two. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice, man. The Elementalist is an awesome card. The sixth one. And yeah, that one ends Sunday. So let me see here, guys. Let's keep on scrolling. All right. Open a box of Artherian Legends. I wish I could, man. I wish I could. I don't think they did content creator openings this time. There we go. Arthurian. All right. Denied. Yeah, so Lord of Itza had a thing. There's me looking like a goofball. The teaser, the auction. Where is my survey? I did a survey of topics. Here we go. What topics would you like to discuss in Collector Art House YouTube live stream tonight? Vote below. Feel free to write. All right, so let's go from let's go with least voted to most voted. And there's some write-ins, so it might have been unfair. All right, so let's start from the bottom. Fred wants to hear it all. All right, but he said he's got to leave early, so we'll see. When to frog and when not to frog. So there's never a wrong time to frog. Let me tell you about frogging. You know, you're with the old lady. You're getting a little. You're watching a movie. It's getting slow. You know, it might be time to go up to the bedroom and frog a little. You know, or you're at Sorcery Con and you have some downtime between games. I mean, you're in Vegas. You might as well frog. That's probably basically where I should leave it on that one. It's a trick question, always both. All right, how to continue to keep the community great when more people join, risk of toxic. So that's Matthias Frisk wrote that, and he clarified, he's one of the artists, of course. He said he added the option about keeping the community great. I've seen tendencies in the Discord that are going a bad way. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't get the jokes, irony, in English. So he's not, you know, obviously English is not his first language. Anyway, is there a risk that the community will be gone? No. The community's never gone. I mean, so this is the first TCG community that Matthias has been a part of, and he's one of the artists, so he's in a special position. You know, everybody loves his work, and he's a super nice guy too. He was in Baltimore. We hung out a little bit in DC and went to some of the art museums, and yeah, super nice. And yeah, so there, you know, people are frustrated right now, and then we're going to get into that and why that is and some of the stuff that's going on. So they're venting, you know, and they're giving feedback to the company, which I think is good. I mean, you don't want to just like sugarcoat things. You got to give, try to be respectful and professional, you know, but give feedback that'll hopefully result in positive, constructive change, because we all love the project. You know, it shows a lot of enthusiasm that we want it to succeed, and we're fucking pissed off when it doesn't or where there's issues, right? It's like human nature. You just get fired up and you know, it wears on you, right? You just want the freaking product. But I think there's a spectrum of impact that we're going to talk about in a moment here. All right, so back to the surveys. Let's see, Rudy's Artherian Legends sale. So Rudy just had his sale at 9 o'clock. I think it took like almost 1 hour on the dot for it to sell out. You know, people were speculating maybe based on the number of promos. I guess he had 2,500 promos. You could buy 3 boxes per kit. So people were saying, you know, that works out to 7,500 boxes minus any margin or other stuff he's keeping or kits or whatever. So he got, this is part of the problem, right? Like one guy gets 7,500. Yeah, sell out in quotations, right? Like, did he sell out? Or, you know, you can do some shenanigans like everyone is effed right now. Nobody has the product. Everyone's getting hyper allocated on the first wave. So if you are getting like 7,500, 10,000 boxes, if you want to take advantage of a favorable situation for yourself, maybe you hold some. Maybe a few weeks down the road, after everyone blows out their few cases that they get or uses them for play in the store or whatever, what have you, it's going to be dry, right? It's going to be Team Covenant's offering 2 cases per customer. It's a freaking lot of inventory. So 2 cases per person, per household, I think is the way it was stated, is a lot, right? Because they have a lot of customers. So they got massive inventory. Rudy got massive inventory. A lot of stores are really being squeezed. So when you talk about the spectrum of impact, I think like where the frustration is, of course, like let's start with the player perspective or the let's start with the collector perspective, because I think they are maybe in a way least impacted, and here's why. When the product first comes out, I just wonder why those pictures are there. So like I'm a collector, right? Do I need product on opening day? Like, I mean, let's put aside the stuff that I like making YouTube content, and I created the Sorcery Community Facebook group and the Discord, so I like to share news and exciting stuff, right? So I want to be a part of the reveal. We had the reveal season, but now when the set comes out, things are going to be going nuts on social media. It's going to be fun to be a part of that and share some of the new art and tell stories about that and really enjoy the physical product. But the average person who is predominantly just a collector does not necessarily need it right on wave 1. I mean, we're all chomping on the bit. We've been waiting a year, so we desire it strongly, but we're impacted less than players and stores. So if we have to wait 4 to 6 weeks, that is recoverable. Like we're going to be frustrated, irritated, pissed off. But, in time, it's not going to matter in hindsight, right? We get our product, we started collecting. Wave 2 looks like it could be potentially very large. I've heard of a lot of people getting, very few boxes in the initial release. Anywhere from the lowest I've heard is like 14 boxes. And then a guy's getting hundreds of boxes in Wave 2, right? So I don't know what Wave 2 looks like. So here's the risk, right? So now let's talk about, all right, so we talked about collector perspective. If you talk about store perspective, and this is where I think there's the most impact. A store, they are put in an unfair competitive environment. Even myself, I have a Patreon, and I want to offer product to my Patreon supporters who pay a subscription every month. And then, as a give back value proposition, I offer them a generous offer as best I can on booster boxes, right? And I only get 1 chance a year to do that. So if I can't, and it's good, it helps with retention. It's a reason for people to be in the Patreon because they get value. I mean, it basically, the subscription pays for itself if you do things like that. And then, because they're getting it, the relative discount compared to what they would have to pay MSRP elsewhere, right? So there's that, and then it's a give back, right? It's a reward. And it's a retention mechanism and a growth of the Patreon mechanism. So if I can't get much at release, the value proposition of my Patreon suffers. If I'm a store and I can't get some at release, my local scene suffers. My local play scene suffers. The biggest thing is, so, why it suffers is you can't play, for one, and then your customers are going to go online and buy from Team Covenant. They're going to go to whoever has the product. They're going to do the Rudy sale, and maybe they'll be satiated there. Rudy he knows exactly what he's getting, so he can confidently do a pre-sale. And he sold 7,500 boxes or so, we think. Thousands of boxes, let's just say. Thousands of boxes today on September 27th on a day where people either just found out what their allocation is, or they're still uncertain, they're still confused about Wave 1 versus Wave 2, and therefore they can't open up pre-orders ethically or without risk, right? It's all about risk. So you got Team Covenant has all this inventory, Rudy has all this inventory, so they're selling at their heart's content, and meanwhile all the other stores are just finding out what their allocation is. They don't know when they're getting their product, and when they're finding out, a lot of them are finding out they're getting very little in Wave 1 over the next couple of weeks, let's say, next week or two. So during that time, and then they're getting potentially like dozens, maybe hundreds, maybe like many cases worth of product in some unknown amount of time. Again, right? Like 4 to, I've heard everything from like later in October. And so I think Simon said in his article released today, it would be like later in October. But what people were telling me they were hearing from the distributor is maybe 4 to 6 months, right? Um, or not months, I'm sorry, 4 to 6 weeks. So, and some are generically saying late October, early November. So let's say it's late October. There's going to be a few weeks there. If it's late October, maybe that's not so bad, 2-3 weeks. That's somewhat manageable. But the concern is, I'm a store. Pretend I'm a store. I'm not talking about myself right now. I'm talking theoretically, figuratively, from the perspective of a store. I'm getting very little product right now. Team Covenant has a lot of product. My customers can just go get it because they want it now. The guy just said he wants it like a week ago, right? He wants it now. He doesn't want to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Definitely doesn't want to wait 4 to 6 weeks. So he's going to go buy from somebody else. And then a month from now, I got to buy a ton of product, right? Like I got like thousands of dollars in commitment to the second wave, and I'm hoping the customers will still be there. And then the distribution companies like basically bully you into taking it. Like if you're nervous that maybe the market isn't big enough, or the market could be volatile. You don't know like if market share is going to be eroded and people are going to go buy the 2 cases from Team Covenant and be like, I'm good, man. I'm sorry. I might have said I wanted it earlier, but I bought it from Rudy and I bought it from Team Covenant and I bought it from a few other stores who happen to get a few cases, because they're major players. And then you're stuck with like hundreds of boxes and a lot of money. So there's that risk. That's the biggest risk. I think that's why like a lot of stores I talk to are very frustrated and concerned. They're just concerned, right? It's not that they don't like the game. Everybody loves the product and it's an amazing game to play. But as a store, they have very little liquidity. They can't take big risks, and they just won't do it on an indie TCG that tends to sometimes be volatile in its second, third, fourth release. And there's a lot of like uniqueness about Sorcery. It's a super compelling game. The game itself is very innovative, very creative, very fun. The creative genius of Eric, his vision for the game, like the art of the game is just amazing, right? I mean, no one says the art of the game is bad. I mean, a couple jack-off morons that want to be jerk-off say it's bad, They're not in the sphere. They're not in the sphere. So, there's just a few people. They're outliers. Everyone's got a couple toxic morons. But generally speaking, everybody loves the art. A lot of people love the game. A lot of people are resonating with the gameplay. That's not the problem. It's when you look at the perspective of the store, it's about risk management. It's about, should I take a risk on this new game? And if I don't have visibility and insight and confidence in the release cycle, it's coming out once a year. The release was missed. Maybe I had some ideas to promote the game. I remember like during beta, some people were saying, I need to know when the product's coming because I want to have a release event on release weekend. And I have an artist coming out, right? I have an artist coming. Or I've made a commitment to a dozen people, or I have an event of 20, 30, 40 people, right? I sold tickets already. People made travel plans. So, players are impacted, stores are impacted. It's a bad look for the store. It's a bad feel for the players, and the risk is the players could walk away. They could be like, I really don't want to deal with this, or I had a bad experience with that store. It might be like new customers that aren't entrenched with the store. There's just different layers of risk. And more broadly than that, it's like, what is the perspective of new stores that have not yet gotten on board with Sorcery? They might be concerned. They might say, I want to see a successful, well-communicated, well-executed release before I take a chance on this game because, I carry Magic and Lorcana and other goofy garbage. Flesh and Blood is, fun game people like to play, and Garbage Pail Kids, man, people are coming in for the Garbage Pail Kids, and all these games are coming out with like quarterly releases, and people are coming in the store and buying it and playing it. So do you want to allocate the tables for play space? Do you want to carry the product? Are there enough customers to ensure you're going to be able to churn the product, sell it, and get your investment cost out as you got to go buy these other games quarterly? So that's why it's a little tense, like I think stores are tense and upset. and also, like we're finding out just like 1 week before the actual release date. So it's like very close here, and it's very tense because we don't know like if it's in the warehouse at PhD, who's distributor the store I works with. Um, they can't tell us like when they're getting the product in their warehouse, and then they can't, and in turn, we don't know when it's going to get to the store, and then in turn, we can't tell customers when they're going to get it. So all we can say is, please understand, please be patient. It's out of our hands, and hopefully you still buy from us and don't go to Team Covenant or Rudy or whatever alternative you have. The other aspect is the timing. There's a lot of stores. If you go to the store, what do they call it? The store network thing. Simon confirmed the warehouses will have it on Monday. Yeah, so if the warehouses have it on Monday, I mean, they got to get their shit together and like ship it out immediately. Maybe it goes out Tuesday. Hopefully it arrives at most places in 2 to 3 days, and you do have it by release weekend. So maybe, the stores will, it's going to come down to the wire, right? They're going to get it like a day or two, or right at release, without much margin there. And then hopefully they'll be able to still have their events, except for like the Nordic countries and certain regions, which were definitively delayed. I think Australia and some of the Nordic countries are behind. So that's tough for those markets. They've been jerked around a lot, like in Europe, not getting beta, and now not getting this set on time, getting a little late, because the bad feel is like, people are going to violate street date, right? It always happens. So that's going to happen regardless, but we're going to have potentially extended time of a few days or a week or a couple weeks where everything's going to leak. We're going to know the whole set. I don't know. It would be interesting to see if the company will publish it on the website right at release, or if they'll hold it a bit. But it's going to be all over social media, all over the Discords, all over Facebook. We'll see all the cards, and then people won't have the physical product in hand in some cases. So that'll be a bit upsetting. But in the end, I mean, for players and I think, again, the impact is on stores. Like the risk is, can you onboard new stores? Can you get them interested? Can you proliferate the retailer network? Because you really, in my opinion, I think you need that, because you need them promoting the game. That's like your marketing arm. It's like built-in marketing and promotion. They're incentivized to promote it because they need to sell the product, right? So the burden's not on the company anymore. Their go-to-market was the Kickstarter. That in and of itself was a massive marketing campaign, and they had a great success at Gen Con recently. So hopefully they'll focus their time and energy in going to a lot of events next year, and the supply situation, the inventory situation will be stable, so they can go to an event and say, here's our store locator, just go to this website, here's all the stores that are partner with us. You go to our Play Network, you can find stores that run events, and they're going to have product on the shelves. That's the point we need to get to with Artherian Legends, and in this wave structure, that is the hope. So I think like October's really jacked up. I mean, things are pretty tense right now, and existing stores are the most impacted. They're the most on edge because they have loose commitments or pre-orders or verbal commitments with their clients or their customers, people that play in their store, people they sell to, and they don't have great clarity on when the product's going to arrive at their store, when they're going to be able to deliver to the customer, are they going to meet that release date or not, and then how much are they getting in Wave 2. There's still a lot of confusion and mixed reporting on what is going on with Wave 2. They say I think Simon was saying in Discord, it was like accelerated a little bit. So was the original intent that Wave 1 was going to be larger, and then you were going to have Wave 2 in like November, and it's being moved up a bit to October? Where's that product coming from? I mean, was it another boat? I mean, I don't know the whole logistics supply chain thing, but it just seems kind of strange. It's like so little initially, and then like a very large amount, it seems like a few weeks down the road. So hopefully there's some more certainty with that. Like we need clarity on Wave 2 timing and quantity, so stores can clearly communicate with their end customers and develop a strategy and a plan of how they're going to offer it to their customers, right? Whether they be collectors or players, and certainly if they're players, because they want to host events. That's the point. It's a game to be played, right? So these brick and mortar stores that are most invested, they want to know when they could schedule events. Some might have weekly events, some might have larger events. You need to plan ahead of time to have a guest artist or try to do some promotion and marketing, like a learn to play, get the word out, get people out to the store and teach them how to play it, right? So those are the different dynamics where clarity and effective communications are critical. But other than that, I mean, like, looking like a few months down the road from now, I think it'll kind of blow over and people will be, I think product will be available after wave 2. It seems like a lot's coming. So if people are patient, I think if people can get like a few boxes or a case right now, they'll be fairly satiated in the near term and kind of happy to enjoy and discover the product. Hopefully not too many people are discovering the entire set digitally online and not having the booster box opening discovery experience. That's probably worst case scenario. Barring that, if they can get product in a few weeks and start building out their collections and the single, secondary market doesn't go nuts because of inefficient supply and retailer availability, number of retailers and quantity from those retailers, then, Team Covenant's got it, right? So you can get it at MSRP, but so maybe that's kind of mitigated. But the risk is all on the stores. That's what it is. And then players and collectors will get it one way or another. And then, it'll be interesting to see when Wave 3 comes. Like, I guess secondary market forces will be kind of goofy for the next month. I think like singles will be really whacked out because if there's not a lot of people getting a lot of boxes, you're going to have significant disaggregation of singles, right? There won't be a lot of vendors that have large inventory. So anyone that is getting large inventory initially will have a very big pricing advantage because there won't be supply, right? So then you have pricing power. They could charge more. So prices initially are probably going to be really, really wacky on singles, especially. I think for sealed product, since Team Covenant is committed to selling at MSRP and, they typically tend to have a lot of inventory. So I assume that's going to be the case. I think exactly. The couple like major single sellers are going to crush if they get a lot of product. They're going to have a monopoly for the first month, so they're going to do well if they crack a lot. And then go to Sorcery Con, and whoever has the singles will do well. Or people can just be patient, right? Just wait it out. Don't pay the high prices, and just wait it out until the second release, because we know the second release is going to be big. And then when there's increased supply, there's pricing pressure. So I think things will stabilize in like November, December when there is another very large wave of supply, and but initially there could be pretty intense demand because people are just impatient and they have FOMO and they're going to ignore the fact that there's a big wave 2 coming. They're just going to want to play the game ASAP, and collectors are going to want to collect. And they might want to try to get deals or crack a bunch of boxes and try to flip them and cash in. It's actually not a bad strategy. You open your stuff, you sell off the singles, and then you just buy more on the second wave, right? Reinvest it in the second wave because there's going to be a lot of it, and then you play with the second wave. So really the plane pickup will probably happen in November timeframe. It's kind of interesting with Sorcery Con. Sorcery Con is November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So what we think we heard is there's going to be a small wave 1. There's going to be a larger wave 2. And hopefully that happens like, I don't know, man. If it's like 2nd, 3rd week of October, say it's 3rd week of October, you're like a week or 2 out from Sorcery Con. So if you're going to play in the constructed tournament at Sorcery Con, you got to get on Tabletop Simulator. So the company's going to have to release the cards. They're going to have to update Tabletop Simulator as soon as possible, and then you could practice playing the game. But then your dilemma is you got to get the freaking singles to, be able to play the deck you built. And hopefully there'll be enough product out there where there will be enough non-foils for the players to get it. And it's not going to be like, those are the guys who are going to suffer. It's small amount of people, right, that are going to play in a constructed event at Sorcery Con. We're talking about like on the order of hundreds of people, not thousands of people that are going to Sorcery Con. So, it's not like a massive market for that. Most players are more casual, so they can wait till November and play at their LGS, I guess, So what's another month when you've been waiting like 2 years, basically, right? For those of us that are here in the early days at Kickstarter. for the second release. So I don't know. Things are tense now, but they'll slow down. The other dilemma is the store kit. You know, so anyone that's having like a release event next week is particularly frustrated and concerned, and saying like, how am I going to host my event? Can I even host my event? You know, it's going to be tough. You know, there's a decision to be made. Do you just cancel it? I mean, the safe thing to do is just push it a week, but it's not always as simple as saying just push it. If you have like a local market, okay, maybe. But people are traveling out, you know, that's really unfortunate. And, you know, people are busy in life. They can't always just push it to the next weekend, right? So it's not that easy. It's not trivial to just say, hey, just push it a week. No big deal. Just reschedule it. You might lose a bunch of people that might get frustrated. So, but it is what it is, you know. What do you guys think about that? Who's up in here? Timbo? Timmy! The Chase Collectibles. Maybe he was the guy who was busting my balls. One of these guys. I can't keep them straight. I think it was the Chase. Was it the Chase? 50-30 to the moon? I thought it was art NFTs. Could be, man. If you don't have the physical product in hand. Gadu McKinnon? What are you talking about? All right. Cracking singles, man. Yeah. Singles of what? How do you crack a single? I don't understand. All right. What other topics do we have here? All right, guys. Let's queue up some questions here. Let's do one of these. Let's queue up some questions. All right, let's take that down for a minute. All right, let's queue up some questions, guys. There's the Holy Grail. I got two of these. It looks kind of dirty, man. Has kids been messing around with this? I need like, you know, I don't want to get my. I need a boss troll, you know. I got a little bit of wild turkey left, and I don't want to get it on this beautiful. I need a boss troll. I don't want to get it on this mirror realm mat. So we're gonna use this boss troll to pour ourselves a little something. Oh, new artists. Want to talk new artists? All right. So, sometimes you get a little drip off the side of the bottle here, especially towards the end. It's hard to control. This is what we got the boss trolls for, though. All right. See what I mean there? The boss troll sucks it up every time. Boss coaster. That's hard to say. It's that double sound. The boss coaster. All right, guys. The Boss Coaster. New artists? So, there was a video that came out. That was actually in the Discords. So what happened was, let me see. Did they reload the site? The Curiosa.io site was down earlier. Because all over the Discords, there was this news of new artists, right? What are you talking about? Standby. Still down? Is Curiosa down? Curiosa.io. I don't know, man. Just trying to configure it. So let's see here. I usually do it on my what's up? I'm in a native land here because I usually do cards, right? I usually do it on my phone. So you go to advanced, you go to artist, right? And we're looking at the list here, and some guys figured this out. We found Brahm, you know? Brahm, right? He's never on there because we don't acknowledge Curios. So right now they only have the alpha and beta artists. But there was a time... Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I'm sorry. All right, hang on a second, guys. All right, share my screen. I think that was a dusty cut, man. The Grell was dusty. It doesn't feel right. I got some dust in the old mouth. All right, so you go to Curiosa.io and you click on cards. You got all the alpha artists, right? They don't even have like Jeff Lobenstein. They don't have Heidi Talifer. You know, the new artists, they're not even in here yet, even though they've revealed some of their cards. But, you know, I think they effed up. And they had the new artists in here, and it was all over the Discords, right? So you could go see. It was all over the Discords. Braum was a dust card promo? Nah, man. You're thinking of Boris Vallejo. There was no Braum dust promo. Salute. Salute. Absolutely. Yeah, Quentin Hoover was a great one, man. That was a big one. So let me see here. Let's go to we're gonna need some yeah. Yeah, it was Vallejo, dude. Alright, so in the Discord. Let me see how we're gonna do this. Was there Alright. How am I getting DMs? Good luck in the medias. Who posted this? Oh, okay. That was the announcement I was talking about. Man, there's so much wild action going on in here. So, let me see. Artist? How do you search in the Discords? Like on the page. I'm always on the mobile, you know? I got too much going on. I don't really know how to use Discord too well. On the desktop. I never know exactly what's in the computer. It's beyond my comprehension. But there was a thing. Hang on a second, guys. Let me think about what to do here. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you the desktop. I think I got a thing here. Check it out off screen. So we had a thing. Alright, there was a thing. It's all over the Discords, right? It's not the same format, but there was like a thing where you could do a thing. Desktop? Sure. Artists? Yeah. Do that one. Alright. So this thing. You guys seeing that thing? Hang on a second. Let me get rid of that. Let me go with, let me get rid of that. So this thing pops up, right? And there's like all these new artists here. Alex CF. Brian Wackwitz. He was revealed. David O'Connor. New. That's news. Heidi Talifer. Juan. Larry Elmore. Larry Elmore. Interesting name. You know, so there's a video on this earlier. And it was all over the Discord. People were like, look at this. It was on the website. So now it's like out there everywhere. Everyone knows like these are the new artists. Interestingly though, so Larry Elmore, like he's retired, right? So it makes you wonder, like, I mean, I think initially Eric thought that Bostrel's taunting me. Look at this bastard. Son of a bitch. Bostrel. Thought that Rodney Matthews was retired, but he's not, man. He's not retired. Still doing it. Still doing amazing artist proofs. We've sold several of his artist proofs. But Larry Elmore is retired, right? So is he doing new work for Sorcery, or is he commissioned? Or is he going to have, like, imagine if there was, like, a licensed Larry Elmore as a curio, like the Braum. Maybe he's the Braum of Artherian Legends, because he's a legend, right? If you look at the names here, who are the legends? Larry Elmore, like a senior legend, right? Like, obviously, you know, Seb McKinnon shows up. We got Sam McKinnon. Was Seb there by accident? I mean, Eric reached out to Seb, and Sam said Seb was busy, so he told Eric about Sam. And now Sam's in the game. And he was the one that I had the artist reveal. If you go look at my videos, it's probably, was that the last video I have published? Last recorded video. It's probably right there at the top. You can find my Sam McKinnon reveals. It was pretty cool and fun to have him on. So, you know, you got a few legends here. Larry Elmore, could he be Curio? Or Boris Vallejo, right? Before they didn't have Boris in the lookup because he had only promo cards and things. The Dust reward cards, right? And the promo cards, the promo exclusive. So you got him. Quentin Hoover was announced. You know, it's natural he's going to be there. Pedro Ferreira. Juan Machuca. Zondi. And yeah, those are the new ones. We knew about Scott Kirshner. So we knew about Lobenstein from the reveal season. We learned about Lobenstein. We learned about Sam McKinnon. Quinn and Hoover was revealed by the company. Heidi Talifer we've known about for a while, and Brian Wackwitz had a I don't know if the company's actually formally announced Brian, which is weird. I don't know why. I don't think I saw that anywhere, but they had one of his cards at Gen Con. And I did an interview with him that I published on my collectorarthouse.com website. So there you go. It's like a bunch of new artists, right, that are showing up in the filter. So you wonder, yeah, are they going to be in Artherian Legends, or are they going to be in the Gothic set to follow, whatever's coming next after Arthurian Legends? Or is someone doing a mini set, after Ed Beard Jr.? I don't know. But it was pretty fascinating. Seb in there is a big name. That's really, people are going to be really excited about that. He's an amazing artist. Yeah, and his brother's in it too, so it's kind of cool. Like I was watching an interview with Seb McKinnon, and he was saying like he's got a lot, and Sam told me this too. Like it's a very artistic family. Their mom was like an art teacher, so the kids like took to art very young. It's a lot of brothers in the family, and Seb, made mention that he'd love to do a collaboration with his brothers sometime. So maybe it wouldn't be the most beautiful like conduit to making that happen. That in this great art project that is Sorcery Contested Realm, Seb and Sam get to work together and either be part of the same game or collaborate in some way. Really awesome. All right, so that's the scoop on art that's going all over the socials. That's really interesting. Let me see here, guys. Should we go back to the survey? Let me see. Were there other as the video from Lord of Itza about the shit going on. All right, so what other questions did we have? Boss coaster, you monster. The Bosk is the monster. I feel badly dehydrated. All right, what's going to be the first banned sorcery card? It's a season of bans, my friend. I don't think they'll do bans. I mean, I think they'll increase the deck size, or they'll introduce counters like Just a Rock or Counterspell. Maybe the counterspells. I don't know. Let me see what else we got going on. Eric's Curiosa? What? They're not going to ban that card. I mean, they removed it, but it's not banned. Bedtime yet? Yawning. My own freaking show. I'm bored to tears. It's not banned on their own. It's not banned. It's just not in the set anymore. Technically. There is a Curio. I have the Curio. I was debating should I offer that one or not. The Eric's Curiosa Curio. Let me see here, guys. Who are the next artists? Who did they see? How do you feel about TC giving away all their sample cards? Brilliant. It's a business move, It's not like an act of altruism, per se. It's not. They're giving it away in a marketing way, right? I mean, it's very smart on them. Like I give them credit to have the sense to do something like that, because it created a very large incentive. I mean, sample cards are tremendously valuable. In fact, I'm going to have a sample pack break. I hope. I need you guys to sign up for my sample pack break. I gotta. Give me your banking details so I can send you the money for bringing up sample cards. So I got a sample pack. I sold 7, and there's 8 left. Right? 7. There's 15 in the pack. 7 sold, 8 left. If I sell it all by Sunday, I'll do a live on Sunday. We'll do a sample pack break opening. If not, we gotta wait till next week. But it's $400 per slot or per card. No limits. So if some big dog wants to come in and say, "Hey, Mike, give me the 8 left. I want to hear you ramble on a live stream again," you can buy all 8. If you just want to buy 1 or 2, fine. So yeah, so 7 have sold. There's 8 left to go before it sells out, and we can schedule that. But let me see here, guys. So if I go to all right, let's just go there for a minute. Yeah, what about the sample pack giveaway? I mean, it's smart because it incentivizes people, just like a Patreon kind of. You're trying to incentivize people to support you and to stick around, right? So it's retention and it's recruiting in a way, the way the sample cards are being used here, because you guys are going to want to sign up for the subscription for the chance to get a sample card. You're going to try the subscription. You're going to get your Artherian Legends boxes on time at a time when everybody else is kind of in limbo, if not effed. And you're going to have a good experience because Team Covenant was there for you at MSRP. And they delivered a good experience. They charged you an appropriate time. They delivered your product at release at a time when everyone else was in turmoil because there's been a lot of disarray and dysfunction and issues with supply chain with all the releases for Sorcery. So if you want the steady supplier, Team Covenant delivers. And you found out because they offered you a sample pack. So you're probably going to stick around for the next release too, right? If you like Sorcery, if you like the stability, if you like the experience, if you don't trust the next one's going to go off smoothly and there's going to be issues, your Team Covenant's customer now. So I think that's very smart business strategy on their part, and I commend them for doing that. I think that's smart to do. I like Zach. I think he's a solid guy, Smart guy. Smart businessman. All right. Wait, how does this man not use the Discord app? That's all I use. I don't know how to use a computer. All right. Want to talk about the Merlin card errata? Nah, because I don't know what that means. Let's get the hell out of here with that. Oh, use the search. All right, so they were giving me the tips. I didn't see it. This man can't even properly light his face. He can frame a painting, but not his mug. That is... I actually... when you have light beaming down in your face, it really clears things up with your complexion. It looks like, Could be a... You want to see 50 miles of bad road? I'll sit here in the dark. All right. Is Holy Grail the next Philosopher's Stone? I don't know, guys. So if you go to the Sorcery community Facebook group and you type in Holy Grail, you're going to find the search results. And, I posted this one, so I'm going to look and search for myself. The Holy Grail, there it is. The painting. We saw the card back in the day, right? Here I made a comparison to Guardian CCG. Oh, I forgot. We could open some Braum cards and some Guardian cards, too, before we call it quits. But here's the old card, the original concept design for the Holy Grail, right? Take a sip of divinity from this unique relic. 7 to cast. Big casting cost. Play on the middle site. And now, they changed the grid, so there's not a precisely middle site. That would be problematic. Any avatar that picks up the Grail gains 20 life. This destroys the Grail. So a bunch of interesting things here. The fact about the middle site, they used to have a larger grid and they confined that. And Eric talked about that in one of his Q&As, that they did that to force the action, kind of accelerate the game and really make it so like the startup wasn't kind of slow and boring. They wanted to have like a faster, engagement with your opponent. So I think it was a smart move. So there's no center site anymore. But if you get it at the center site, you gain 20 life and then you destroy the Grail. I posted this in February 10th, 2022. So it was over 2.5 years ago. This card was revealed digitally. Beautiful artwork by Tony Sudlow. And I don't know what it's going to be, man. I think it's going to be a card. It's on the booster box and it's on the booster packs. I think, here's the booster pack, right? Amazing. So you got the zoom in of the Holy Grail. Amazing aesthetics. The art is a home run in this game without question, right? And the creative design. So you got the logo. You got booster pack on the banner. Amazing. Pretty obvious. Elvira did the gilding here, right? Because it matches. This is like the same gilding, color, texture, pattern as the Sir Tristan painting that she revealed on my channel. So it's really cool how they repurposed that for a pack. And then also like her knight painting for the Sir Tristan had this kind of like window pane type thing. I think she wanted it to look like an old, what do they call it? I almost said like a manual, but like those old books. I forget the freaking name of it. Those old time books, right? That they had this aesthetic a lot, right? So they have the Holy Grail zoomed in within that. Very creative rework of an Elvira artwork and a Tony Sudlow artwork to create that pack design. All right. Highland Princess is greater than Philosopher's Stone? It's rich, man. The Highland Princess is a banger of a card with its search capability. People were really Interested in that. Let's see. Oh, they wrote. You're talking about Merlin? They wrote his ability wrong in a misleading way. Let me look up Merlin here, guys. Did I say Merlin in the thing? Let me see. Misleading. Dude, it's offensive. That's aggressive. Misleading, he says. They misled you. That sounds assertive. All right, Merlin. 3 and 3 and 3. Power. A unique mortal of arcane acuity. So I talked about this, right? I did a behind the art article. If you go to collectorarthouse.com, sorcery behind the art. There's a drop down. There's all these articles I wrote about all these sorcery cards. Or you just go here, you get the story of Holy Grail. Boom. You click on it, loads right up like a champ, and it tells you what the translation of this Easter egg is. On the card, this is covered up. You don't see that, right? But there it is. So anyway, it's got these nice little articles about the history of these cards. The illustrations, predominantly, I asked the artist about it, about Eric's art direction, how they came up with the concept. But I wanted to show you guys Predestination, now known as Kythera Mechanism. That one. That one right there, guys. The original painting of Kythera Mechanism. Godly. God tier. So here I write, all this in blue is from Severin. She told me about this in French, right? And then I translated it. Actually, I think she wrote me an email where it was both in French and English. It was really cool how she did that. And then I kept the French to kind of be pure to that for like our international European fans. And she said, I say here that she refers to the painting as arcane when referencing the Kythera Mechanism, which was at the time known as Predestination. So I don't know if that was coincidental or just, happenstance, but it says here a unique mortal of arcane acuity. So I thought that was pretty neat. Spellcaster, at any time during your turn, Merlin may look at your next spell and may cast it if it's a magic spell. So what's the issue here? You're saying it's wrong, misleading? What's the problem here? It says magic? What's the deal there? You still awake? Too fluent? All right. I didn't want to talk about this card anyway. I'm bored to tears with this card. I only want to look at the artwork. Not worried about your misleading spelling. All right. People are saying Sebs. People are worried about Seb. He said it'll quit if they don't use Seb. That's good probable cause there. You guys are just cracking jokes here. I'm asking for questions. Using Seb as a verb. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. The McKinnons seem awesome to me. All right, let's see, guys. 1 of 1 Holy Grail Curio. Hey. With the 1 of 1? The ring? The chase for the ring? You just chase for the Grail? How would we know if it's 1 of 1? If it's a 1 of 1 Curio and only one person shows it and a long stretch of time lapses, are we going to assume it's 1 of 1? Or are we going to assume, nah, that'll be like, this is what they do. This is like the collectability aspect of it. It's how they spark engagement. We'll all be speculating. We'll get in heated discussions, debates. We might drop some F-bombs. We might call each other shills and simps. Shills and simps. Probably the S words, Gets rough. And we say, like, no, you're just chilling. You're just chilling. Chilling and chilling. With that 1. There's probably 5. I think there's 10. Screw you. I think there's 50. That's what's going to happen. We're going to speculate and we're going to talk about it. All right. I got 20 life from that shot I poured. I don't know, man. I'm basically falling asleep on camera. I'm really tired. Really tired. I was traveling the last 2 days. Love you too, man. Maggio. All right. Surprised they haven't showed the gold etched foils yet. Gold etched, he's calling it. Well, It's a curio. They can't show it, right? We're assuming it's a curio. He called it a chase card. What chase cards do they have in Sorcery beyond curios? Yeah, I don't. They're gonna introduce new chase cards, alternate arts. You think they'll have alternate arts and curios? I don't know, man. Gilded chase variant with the knights. That'd be sick. All right. What are you talking about? Go after yourself, Too Fluent. Is that aggressive enough? Scumbag. Absolute scumbag. Will you update the site with the promos and Artherian Legends cards? I use it all the time to sort by the artist. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll definitely do that once the cards are out there. So if you go to collectorarthouse.com, all I can do now, because I want to have like a high quality card. I don't want to put some shit like screenshot from Gen Con on there. So if you go to Sorcery Cards, I have it by artist now. I'm going to add them all by artist in time. But for now, so as we were going through spoiler season, I was putting them in the All Artherian Legends cards page. So here you would go to see all the Artherian Legends cards that have been revealed. The one thing I couldn't get was the Wizard's Den, because the freaking website, when you click on it, it goes to the YouTube video. So I can't get a clean image of it. And it is kind of annoying that some of these are vertical sometimes. I think. I don't know. I'd like to just see it horizontal. Like I do on... let me see. Who had... Adam Burke had a mix of both, right? He had spells and landscape. So the way I just had it on the site is you got it sideways for the Alice sites and then vertical for the spells, right? So it's easier to read. But man, yeah, there's some beautiful cards in here. The foils are going to be really interesting to see on some of these. The Banshee, I think that one's really going to pop. I'm curious to see what it'll do with just the rock and foil. That'd be pretty funny. Hard to predict. Maybe the harassing ruffians will be a little more subtle. Man, the Camelot could really come to life. It'd be really interesting to see if he just does the sky. I think he'll probably do the sky and maybe leave the castle alone. Although he could have... Yeah, there's not a lot of window elements of the castle. He could have probably these like brighter whites that Jeff used to show kind of like light and shadow on the castle. I think we might see some foil there, and then aspects of the sky as well. Yeah, the Tintagel is gonna be hot, dude. It's really great. Sealy Court, man, imagine that in foil. It's really incredible for a card, you know. So much detail in this. You know, imagine these all foiled out. These things. Just like popping, sparkling, the belt, the headpiece, the things. I don't know what you call these things. But they're gonna be blinging up. Look at this owl. He's like, what the where's my Artherian Legends? Where's my allocations? You know? This guy's like, I'm bored to tears. Where's my AL? I don't want to look at these NFTs. Look at this one. This woman's like, I'm a store owner. You know? What do you mean I'm getting hundreds of boxes wave 2 and getting 12 wave 1? What do you mean? Who's going to be here in wave 2 after I give him 12 boxes? That's what that guy's saying. All right, so this lady's like, look at this shit show. Look at this guy. He's like, I'm just a fox. What did the fox say? Look at this woman. She's smoking a pipe. She's like, I work at Team Covenant. What problems? What problems? What are you talking about? Look at this guy. This hooded guy. He's like, I'm Rudy. You know? I just dumped 7,000 boxes on the market. I'm out of here. So many stories in the Sealy Court, man. Everybody's in the court. The whole community is up in that court. Oh, my God. All right. Show us the painting? What painting? What painting you want to see, Maggio? I got paintings all around me. Let me see. Oh, I see. Do you think they will spoil more cards before release? No. I mean, the release is next week, man. I don't think so. Maybe one, maybe. I mean, I think, like, everything's going to be leaked on... let me look at the clock over here. So the 4th is the release date. I think people are going to get it on the 2nd, and you're going to see cards on the 2nd. Next Wednesday, be by your computer, because shit's going to be everywhere. You know, if the stores, like what I've heard is that Blackfire in Europe started shipping, right? So I think Europeans, some parts of Europe might get it like midweek next week, is what I'm guessing. or stores at least, right? Like, so some store, this is what happens. Like, some community members have connections straight with distribution or with stores. Stores oftentimes get it a couple days before the street date. And, if they leak some out there into the wild, Whatnot streamers are going to open it. I mean, I'm not putting on Whatnot streamers, but if they get it, they don't give a shit about street date, right? Like they're just running a business. They're running a breaking operation. They're not worried about like keeping relations with the company or with the distributor. They're getting it from a store or some back channel way, right? So they just want to be first to market because they're the only show in town. All us schmucks are over here waiting for our 12 boxes from Wave 1 and wait until later October or November for Wave 2, and they're the only show in town. So if we want to get a taste of some physical cards, we got to buy into the breaks. And then they mail it to us. We get it over the weekend. I don't know. I think stuff's going to get released on Wednesday. I think we're going to see leaks on Wednesday and Thursday. And then there's like some Spiel stuff going on, right? When's the Spiel stuff going on? The 3rd? There's something in the 3rd, I thought. 2nd, 3rd, we're going to start seeing cards, guys. Buckle up. Someone will do it. All right. You guys are speculating on going to be 1 in every 25 to 50 boxes, maybe 1 in every 4 to 6 boxes. It's a bit... I don't know what you're talking about, man. I really don't understand. You're going to be 1 in 20 to 50 boxes, maybe 1 in every 4 to 6. Slightly different, dude. Is it 20 to 50 or is it 4 to 6? It's a little different. So they're going to be very common or they're going to be rare as shit. That's the range we're talking about here? I don't know, man. I think they're going to be pretty rare. Maybe he's just busting someone's balls there. Be like, they're either going to be rare or not rare. Someone in the Discord today was like, what we know is that stuff's going to be early, on time, or late. I can guarantee that. Like, what? Really? Hey. You got this motherfucking detective over here. Promise you that. Early, on time, or late. Let me see here. Camelot is nice. It's a sexy card. Alt Witch is the next piece down. Get that shit out of here. All right, hang on. Woof, 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 woof. You guys got no questions? No questions. All right. Anyone get a job at EC yet so we can get the print run? I don't know, man. You spend some time in the Discord, you're at risk of being hired. You know? Spend about 12 hours a day in the Discord like Kevmo when your boss is looking the other way and you're like hammering away at the keyboard. Hey, I'm on Discord. He doesn't see me. He doesn't see me. Can't see any of this shit. I'm under the desk with my iPhone. He probably doesn't even have an iPhone. He's probably one of those nerds that has the Google machine. What do they call those things these days? The Android. He's got the Android. And he's just like, he doesn't see me, man. I'm fucking talking to Simon. Simon likes me. Kevmo. All my friends are here. I got a podcast. Where is Kevmo, son of a bitch? Doesn't even show up to my live. You don't show up to my live, you're a target, buddy. I'll see you in Vegas. We'll wrestle. Simp for foils. You simp for foils? Ah, man. So many simps up in here. Okay. So he says he meant instead of 20 to 50 boxes like Curios, it'll be 4 to 6 box gold foil. Let me read that slower. I meant instead of 20 to 50 boxes like Curios, it'll be 4 to 6 box gold foil. What do you mean gold foil? What's a gold foil? You talking about the Elvira's Sir Tristan Knight? Gold foil? It's probably going to be 25 or 6 to 4. I think it's probably going to be in that range. Somewhere from like, it's either going to be like very common or very rare. Or kind of common or kind of rare. It's going to be somewhere on that spectrum, I think. Yeah, gold etched foils. All right, gold etched foils, 4 to 6 box gold etched. I don't know, man. I think that's 4 to 6 boxes. So like 1 to 2 per case. Yeah, it's gonna be a buck. It's gonna be a buck 282. Buck 282. I don't know, man. I can't even comprehend this shit that's being said. Let's go to the overhead cam. No one has any questions. They're just bullshitting here. They're just saying complicated things I can't understand. All right, hang on a second. We got a delay. Why is that clicking? Oh my god. Can't click anything. Oh, I must have... Oh, I got the mouse. All right. I had some keyboard interference. All right, let me read this like Ron Burgundy. I didn't read it first, so it's risky. Mike, do we have a player base problem? If so, how do we fix it? Well, what do you consider a problem? What's a problem at this juncture of Sorcery Contested Realm? At this point in Sorcery, I think it's a small ass game, honestly. It's a very, very small game. It's like it's almost like it's kind of weird because it's almost like when Fab was like on the cusp of being discovered. This is a weird thing. It's not exactly like in the early days of Fab, because Flesh and Blood is what I'm talking about. Because in the early days of Flesh and Blood, it was nothing, right? It was just very scarce. Even like Rudy was promoting it, and it wasn't worth shit, you know. And then it just kind of like popped off with the COVID stuff. When all the collectibles just kind of boomed and went nuts. But at that time, like right before that, you had to drive, at least in my area, you had to drive like a solid hour for the one store that had it, you know? And not a lot of stores had it. And that's kind of like what it's like with Sorcery right now. Some stores have never heard of it. Some have heard of it and don't carry it because they don't have the confidence to carry it, or they're waiting until it becomes, real. And it's sparse. It's far and few between. However, Fab became more mainstream, and it was like this big surge of store adoption when the product became valuable and desirable, and demand really rocketed. Demand, because the product was valuable, it attracted the collectors, and it wasn't overprinted at that time. And I think there was like a player interest also surging, right? And with more stores carrying it, that naturally also attracted more stores. So at this point in Sorcery, we're at a weird stage where it's very hard to get product. Not a lot of stores carry it. And even if they do carry it, they never had access to it. They had it at the very beginning of beta. The reprint of beta, I don't know what the hell happened with that. I mean, it took forever. Europe still doesn't have it. It's very mysterious. We almost need like a PR announcement on what's going on with beta. I think Europe needs that. Unless it just shows up like with distribution in the next week or two, and then it's old news. But it's really weird it took so long to get to Europe. And even the wave that it took to get to Southern Hobby and PhD in the United States here, it took a long time. And that whole like thing with like all that product going to Singapore, and then I call it a bent pipe. Went to Singapore, just threw the pipe right back, right back to the U.S. Everyone just bought it up in the U.S. Like, no, I don't know. It seemed like a lot of inventory. So it was weird, but yeah, I don't know if we have a player problem. I just think like Sorcery is in its like very, very early days. And like, that's why like these issues right now, I mean, this is the time to learn and get it right. And we were hoping the lessons were learned from beta and this would be fixed. But there's always logistic snags. There's third-party dependencies. I mean, it's a small team. They're doing the best they can. I know these guys like work hard and they're trying. But the issue is with the communications, like crisis management and just getting information out there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's just said in like live streams and on various channels, like casual talk in Discord. And then people are like, I heard this in the Discord. I heard this. And like, well, I'm not in the Discord. Like, why didn't they email me? I'm a store. Why didn't they publish it on the website? That's like big news, right? People don't want to hear stuff secondhand that's significant. And if it has a business implication, it's much worse, right? Because you have your hard-earned money and your livelihood on the line. So you need clarity of communication. You need to know what you need expectations. You need to know when you can expect a product because you need to host an event. That's a time-sensitive matter. You're worried about your competition. You're worried Team Covenant has 2 cases all day, every day to the households. 2 cases. 12 boxes for you. Schmuckaroo. You can only afford 6 cases, maybe 5. But you're buying 2 cases because you're the man. You want to be the man, the Team Covenant man, you know? It's the only show in town. So you want to show your buddies, like, oh, you got, after your LGS, I got 2 cases, baby. I'm opening boxes all day. I'm leaking stuff on October 2nd. That's what I do. That's what I do, they say. Not me. This is what the people say. That's this hypothetical scenario. I don't have anything to leak. I'm empty-handed here. I have a boss troll. I have a Holy Grail and a boss troll. No Artherian Legends. So it's early days. I mean, players grow. You need stores, I think, you know? Because, like, who else is discovering this game? I'm trying to market Sorcery Con, and I'm like, where can I market this thing? The company can put the word out, and they have a large Discord, so that'll be helpful. You know, hopefully they push that in Discord for us. I know they will, too. They have Facebook reach, and they have actually a lot of people follow their Instagram. You know, they get a lot of likes on Instagram, so if they posted, like, some of the Sorcery Con stuff. But how do you reach new people? I think the company's got to go to stores. I mean, actually, stores would be interesting. Go to some stores. Get some firsthand feedback. I'm sure the stores online are talking to them, but you don't know who's legit stores and who's just jerking around. Like, you got to walk in stores and get a sense of what is the dynamic like in those LGSs. What's the feedback from the store owner and what's the feedback from the players? That's one thing I would do if I was the company. I'd go to every freaking store I could. I would just drive around. Every LGS I'd see. You know, I'd go to the ones on my store locator, and I'd go to all those stores. I wouldn't call them up. I'd drive to their freaking store, right? I'd be like, Chase, you're in Connecticut. You're going to all the stores in the 3 states around you. Simon, you're in Texas. You're going to all those stores, baby. Big ass Texas. You'll be driving all day, baby. Right by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you survive that, if Leatherface wants some Artherian Legends, we've made it, baby. You play a couple games with them, but you just go to the stores. You talk to the store owner. You talk to the players. You get both perspectives, and you go to freaking events, right? And they showcase the product, because the whole idea was this was the idea in the early days of Sorcery. People were saying, Eric would say this all the time, like, I'm gonna design like a fucking amazing product, right? Like, people are gonna see this product and be like, what is that? You know, it's like the hot guy or hot girl or hot. It's like cute baby. Look at that baby. Everyone wants to look at the baby, right? Or like you see a celebrity, like, look at this, look at a celebrity. Look at a celebrity. It's Louis. It's Louis. I see him. It's right over there. If you want to talk to it, they want to know what that is. They want to know more about that thing. So that was Eric's idea. Like, the product would be on all these stores. They'd see people playing the game, and, like, you know, natural, organic word of mouth would spiral. But it's never been in any stores except, like, the passionate existing player base. So Artherian Legends is a big breakthrough opportunity. And I think, like, even though it's kind of effed right now and people are frustrated and it's pretty dysfunctional and people are upset and there's competitive dynamics and stores are upset and this and that, it's going to smooth out. You know, like, after Wave 2, there's going to be a lot of freaking product on the market. So we'll see. Hopefully the existing stores are successful, and then other stores will observe that, and then the word of mouth will get out there. And if people are playing in the stores, hopefully they're still interested in playing. Hopefully these store kits get out there, and not the store kits, the play kits. You know, people need the basic lands, especially new stores, bringing in new players. They need the sites, you know, to play the game. There's not enough in the pack. So the play kits are important, but yeah, grassroots is it's not just don't depend entirely on your community. Go to more events like Gen Con, show the product. I think that'll help to some extent, because then the company can sell the value proposition, Eric's creative vision or, like, strategic vision of what he wants this game to be. Give that pitch yourself as the company. They're coming to Sorcery Con. They're going to do a Q&A there. Great. So they're going to talk to their existing market at Sorcery Con. Awesome. Nurture your existing markets. Help the community and the content and the organizers of these tournaments, as they're doing. Give them credit. You know, they're helping. And they're coming to it, which is great, because people get to ask Eric questions. It's awesome. You know, people are really excited. It was a big draw for us with Sorcery Con. But then also get it in the stores. And then educate your stores, right? That was like one thing that kind of like Flesh and Blood did well. You know, they had store kits and they kind of gave guidance, and I think they, you know, some community members also took it upon themselves to kind of streamline the onboarding process for Flesh and Blood. You know, I'm sure some companies or some like community members will take the onus on themselves to do that too, like more people like Haynes doing in Japan. Ambassadors of the game, right? In different markets. We need that all over the United States, and it is happening in a lot of markets, so that'll be great. Yeah, Brosif. So like going out on and by the way, you said you joined late. I talked about the GoFundMe when I kicked off the show. So if anyone missed that earlier, just watch it back later, and you can see how you can contribute to our guys' time and need there. And we're gonna run the auction tomorrow night for him with a few awesome things to raise money for him and his family and his pets. I guess he's got some pets. All right. Yeah, so there's so many passionate players that would love to go out on behalf of EC and represent them. I think that, yeah, that would be cool. We could all do that, right? We could go to stores. We should go to stores. Be like, look at these fucking cards, man. Look at this boss troll. Have you seen this boss troll? Incredible. You know? Where are you going to find a boss troll like that? Yeah, I got distracted. I was going to open some Braum cards. No, thank you, Brosif. It's a great idea, man. Helping people out. The other thing I wanted to do was look at his Frazetta book real quick and see if we could find that art. Straight porn catalog here. Look at this. Naked. Everyone's naked. And there's always like a lizard lurking too, right? All right, let's just take a look-see here. Oh my god, there's so much art in here. How would I even find this? Like a needle in a... Oh, you know what? This has a Rodney Matthews section. Yeah, I have a... Yeah, I got a Frazetta book over there. Ooh. Yeah, we might have to take a look at that. There's a Frazetta section here. The God, they call him. 200. The God of Fantasy Art. So we got some Boris in here. I wonder if the Boris card is in... Oh, you can't really see it, can you? Yeah, I do have some Guardians. So you guys want to see some Guardians? Oh, wait, hang on. Let me get Broseph out of there. All right, page 200. I'll get Frazetta, man. The Egyptian Queen. Can't go wrong with that one. All right, the God. When it came to my art, I went my own way and did not follow the trends. That's the way I live, you know? I just say it how it is. I'm not big simping. I just do my own thing the way I want to do it. All right. That's the way I like to try to live, at least. For better or worse. It doesn't always resonate with everybody. Bunch of animals out there. All right, so we got the... we got some sorcery art up in here, guys. But we're looking for the new Rudy card since it just got sold tonight. 2,500 of them got sold. That one's pretty sick. The Serpent. I think we might have went beyond. No, we're selling Frazetta section. That's pretty interesting. Ooh, some Death Dealer. This one's pretty sick. So Dustin Brossard, the guy I do altars with, he did like an amazing version of this. He did an altar of this a while back on a Magic card. Dude, I got some freaking stuff coming from Dustin Brossard. There's gonna be, let me tell you something about Sorcery Con. There's a surprise coming about Sorcery Con. We're not done with reveals yet. There's more to come, and I'm gonna have Dustin Brossard on the channel one of these days when he's ready, and he's gonna show some wild shit. He's doing some paintings for Sorcery Con. He's gonna have a booth there, and he's bringing stuff that he's gonna show and sell, offer for sale. But he's doing some sick stuff, guys. It's an absolute stud. All right, so what do we got? We got Boris in here. Julie Bell. His wife. We got Rodney. Let's check out the Rodney Matthews. 324. See if we can find some Rodney art that might be in Artherian Legends. We gotta get in some Braum packs, though. Here we go. Rodney Matthews. I remember talking to his wife, Sarah. She told me about this book. And she said, like, it was a great honor. Rodney was in this book with all these legends, right? They called him one of the legends of fantasy art. 1945. Wow. Dude, his work is sick. Yeah, he played drums. There he is, man. Young stud Rodney. He played drums with Eric Clapton back in the day. Pretty incredible. All right, so he did a lot of album covers. Yeah, they called him the rock star in this book. Let me see. Any Arthurian work? His Arthurian work kind of came later, so I'm not sure what. I mean, not crazy later. I think that one we saw, Mobius. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, Mobius has some sick stuff too. All right, I don't know. I'm dicking around too much here, guys. No one cares about this stuff. People are bored. All right, Guardians. Should we do Guardians or Braum? You want to see Braum cards or Guardian cards? Get wrecked. This guy's always talking shit. Freaking animals. Animals. Bullying me. Bullying me up in here. All right. You see this Krakatoa? It's freaking unbelievable, that Krakatoa. All right. Who's up in here? Did somebody say Guardians? You want Guardians or you want all right. Got my local LGS to buy beta sold out. Thanks to your free window banner. They're good for AL. Nice, man. Yeah, hopefully they're excited about Artherian Legends. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of like anti everything mainstream sucks. It's kind of like, with music, you don't like the popular like mainstream shit. You like the kind of underground stuff, that's like maybe you discovered yourself or it started small, like you were in early. Anybody got any good stories or examples of that and something you were in early? Like Chipotle stock, early days, 2008, you'd be like, the line's out the door in this fucking place. I'm going to buy the stock, right? I made like pretty good amount of cheddar on some Chipotle stock back in the day. I was like, this fucking line is out the door every day. Who's buying these burritos? I mean, I was buying it. It's good. It's like, just buy that stock, it's common sense. It's early days, I sold it too soon, but I did all right. I did really good in that. Could have done a lot better. All right. All right, well, got Guardians already open. We got this Braum box. Looks freaking awesome. We got to get into this right here. We got Braum and his rubber ducky again, just kind of chilling, looking around. All right. I feel like it was a Japanese punk band. Japanese punk band, Autoboke, Beaver. It's pretty small right now. But they're the best rock band in the world? Wow. You sure about that? Japanese punk band? Sounds wild, man. They sing in English, I assume? I don't speak much Japanese. Oasis is coming back. Wonderwall? I could go for some Wonderwall right now, but I'll get banned from YouTube. Sergi doesn't like when you play the music on his platform. Bastard. Alright. Fantasy art trading cards. So the thing is here, fantasy art, yeah, it's FPG. John was asking about that earlier. All right, let's learn about Braum a little bit since he's going to be in the set, right? Dude. Oh, he's from Albany, Georgia. I thought it was New York. Someone was talking about Rochester up in here. That's where I grew up, man. All right, Gerald Braum was born March 9th, 1965. So he's coming up on the anniversary of the Artherian Legends release. He's been waiting since 1965 for Artherian Legends. He spent his army-dependent childhood continuously on the move and credits living in such places as Japan, with Japanese punk bands, Hawaii, Germany, and Alabama, with permanently warping his perception of life. That's deep. That's deep. So from an early age, partially due to a barrage of Japanese animation as a small child, Brahm has been obsessed with dark visions of twisted monsters and mysterious warriors. You know who was obsessed with dark visions of twisted monsters? Guy Wade. Wade Phillip? No, Wade. He's a coach. Wade. The guy Wade. What's Wade's name? I get these things on YouTube all the time. Wade Wilson. Wade Wilson is who I'm talking about. You guys know about Wade? He killed a couple people. Bastard. Who's DMing me when I'm live here? They send me messages. Oh, they GoFundMe. All right, guys, thanks. All right, so anyway. Yeah, visions of twisted monsters and mysterious warriors. This obsession continued through high school and college, manifesting in hundreds of sketchbooks, canvases, sculptures, and spilling out all over math tests. Wait, math tests? Textbooks. Oh, wait, what? Textbooks, school desks, and any other inappropriate surfaces in reach of his pencil. Well, it's a good way to focus your demons. After graduating from a 2-year commercial art program, Brahm started working full-time as a freelance commercial illustrator at the age of 21. He found a great deal of work with clients such as Coke, Columbia Pictures, CNN, and IBM. After about 4 years, he became creatively frustrated with the commercial art he was involved in, and with the little spare time he had, put together a portfolio of fantasy and horror paintings. This quickly led to several covers with First Comics, and finally to a full-time position with the gaming company TSR. So TSR, that's where he worked with Tony Sudlow. You know, Tony said he knew him back in the day, and he would call him Jerry, and it would piss him off. He'd be like, nah, my name's Brahm. He wanted to be known by Brahm, and Tony would call him Jerry. Trigger him. Brahm quickly gained notice by completely designing the visual look and feel of one of TSR's best-selling game lines, Dark Sun. While at TSR, Brahm also brought his unique looks to the worlds of Dragonlance, I remember Dragonlance, Forgotten Realms, and Ravenloft, as well as the futuristic game Gamma World. In 1994, Brahm left TSR to return to the freelancing world and is currently working feverishly on art games, books, and cards. So keep in mind, this is this box is from, it's not dated? It's from like 1995 or 1994, 1995 time frame. This box contains Brahm's best work from his well-known pieces done for TSR to his current masterpieces done exclusively for this card series, and on high-quality 18-point stock with UV and aqueous coatings on both sides. These images truly stand out. In addition to the 90 spectacular images in this series, look for 5 randomly inserted metallic cards. That's sick. As well as 1,000 foil stamp cards signed by Brahm. For a visual trek into dark and disturbing lands, no one does it better than Brahm. All right, guys. Well, prepare to be disturbed. And we're looking for stamped metal cards and cards signed by Brahm. All right. First of all, the art of the pack, right? So you got some dark art by Brahm himself. It's less packs in here than I thought. It's kind of interesting. It feels small. So you got some dark art. Am I on max zoom here? Look at this Brahm art. Fantasy art trading cards. See how he did the pack here. Brahm, copyright Brahm, produced by FPG. There's the address in Pittsburgh. Fantasy art trading cards, 10 cards per pack, 90 card series. All right, so how many packs are in here? There's 90 cards in the series. And how many packs are in here, man? Gonna make me do some math here. See what a row? Let's see what's in a row. Doesn't look like it's shifted that much inside. It's cool. They all say Brahm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 4 is 36. Makes sense. All right, we got 36 packs of 10, and there's 90 cards in the series. Randomly inserted metallic and autograph cards. Sweet, man. Let's see. All right, metallic and autographed. Watch the video. Don't light my fire. Oh, these are square cards. Wow. All right. Whoa. Dude. Look at this. This is a pack, right? Look at it. Look at it. I'm holding one card. You see the lip here? Look at this. Watch. See? I'm holding one card. They're all stuck together. Well, it's wild. Look at it. You see? You hear that? It's unbelievable. What did they say the material was? There was something about that on the back. I don't want to go look for it. So these are man, these are like pieces. These are legit pieces of cardboard. I can't even like shuffle these. Look at these. This is wild. They're like stuck together. Gotta like peel them apart. All right, man. Brahm 94. Thumping along at a fierce pace, these insect-like robots invaded Earth and within weeks efficiently killed every living human on it. So it's not. There's a number 37. So 1995, copyright 1995 Brahm. Oh, he must have done like a little sketch. That's awesome. So he's got a sketch on the back and then the artwork on the front. Let's see if this one's like that. Look at that Vixen. All right, so we got a sketch. Allure of damnation. It was the cries and the vanquished that her heart so desired. So this is also a skeleton kind of reaching up. Oh yeah, so that's like, maybe that's like that on all the cards. That's pretty sweet. I like that. All right, let's try the next one. Man, these are like, it's like the finish, the gloss finish on the top. Wow. Does that look like a Brahm card to you? That's pretty interesting. A lot of detail on that. I like that. It's not like super dark. It said he likes warriors and dark stuff, right? That's what we're getting. A last ray of sunlight frames the hero just as he is surrounded by one of my favorite subjects, the undead. So these are just art cards. They're not playable cards. It's not a trading card game or it's not a game at all. They're just fantasy art cards. This is what we're going to do. We're going to lay them out so we kind of showcase them as we go here and see what we discover. So I'll move the Guardians over. It's midnight. All right. So we got, oh guys, let me figure out if I can do it without jacking things up. I got something pretty sick coming next week for Patreon. If you want to check out the Collector Art House Patreon, I got beyond the Artherian Legends. There's going to be a special offer, and I'll show you. Well, you guys saw it if you're in Patreon already, but I'll show people that are not in Patreon a little preview here. People are asking, what is this? Because I posted it with my Artherian Legends announcement that I'm going to have booster boxes available for sale and offered to people. So I took a look at this, guys. You're going to be, it's exciting. You see that? Take a look at that. Look at this. Look at this. It's been too long. It's about time, right? It's exactly what it looks like it is. So I'll just give you a sneak peek. I'm going to announce this to Patreon supporters next week. Only 50 of these made by Severin Pignou. These are made by the artist in France, printed in France. 50 copies, numbered and signed by Severin. This and 2 other artworks. One of them she's got to wait to give me because it's going to be part of the new set. There's 2 others with art revealed. 2 others. One not revealed yet, right? So we got to wait till after release. But there's another one. It has Artherian Legends art that's already been released. So we're going to have 2 Artherian Legends playmats, and then we're going to have the Philosopher's Stone. Each one is going to be only 50 copies, numbered to 50, signed by Severin. She's going to take 25 to the Spielessen event, right? So Europeans will have an opportunity to buy it at the event. I think they're all going to sell out, man. They're not cheap because they were expensive for her to create, and then the value of her signature and the limited essence of it. They're not like going to be as cheap as a normal playmat, but they're large 2-player playmats, and they look freaking amazing, right? Look at it. So there's that one, and then there's 2 Arthurian Legends ones. One of them is like a real cool, unique concept. I was actually talking to another artist about this recently. We might work on, but this is a collaboration. There's going to be 25 for Europeans, 25 coming to me within a few days. I'm going to have these like Tuesday, I think. It's when they're expected to arrive. And then I'll tease 2 of the 3 that I'll have in hand, and then the third will come later. So I'll probably take orders next weekend, Collector Art House Patreon. It'll be exclusive in the Patreon. And then if it doesn't sell out in the Patreon, then I end up offering it more broadly. But I think these are going to be really hot. And, we got over 100 Patreon supporters. Real great guys, avid art fans and collectors. So those are going to be sick. And, yeah, I'm really excited about that. Cannot wait to see this. The epic Philosopher's Stone. I like how the grid fills up most of the surface area. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It goes right to the edge because then you can enjoy, she did it like, she wanted to make it like similar. You don't see in my overhead cam right now, but very similar layout. She did the same concept that you see like on the alpha sorcery mat. So I'm using a Mirror Realm mat right now over here. On the right, so on the right on the official sorcery mats, you have the sorcery contested realm logo right here. Instead, it's hard to see here, guys. I don't think I'm going to be able to zoom in to see it, but this is kind of like her embossed. It's not embossed on the mat, I don't think. It's kind of like her initials logo, the SP, Severin Pinu. It goes right there, and then you have your deck slots, and then on the left you have the deck slots for your opponent, right? So they're seeing the other side. And then the cool thing about the Ouroboros is that if you're on this side of the table, you're still seeing it, the snake, eating the snake, right? And if you're on this side, you're seeing this side. If you're on this side, you're seeing this. So you see that, and then you kind of see, she's kind of playing around saying, should I invert this or that so the other opponent can see it? And it didn't look right. You want to have like one good presentable way, because that way if you use it as your desktop mouse pad too, then it's pretty awesome too. But yeah, super excited about that. I'll announce that in Patreon next week. It's pretty exciting. All right, guys. I think I put some people to sleep. Let's get into a little more Braum. All right. This one looks kind of familiar. I love like a solid background color and then like a character or figure contrasted against it. Always works well. All right, we'll wrap up soon. There's another one going with the Knights theme. Very scenic. So we're getting all new different cards so far. I wonder if like, it's interesting, the entire pack has been different. Ooh, look at this one. This one's kind of dark. So he's holding a decapitated head. It's like one you'd be screwing around in high school with. It has that vibe, like they were saying. He'd draw in his math books on the desk, under the table, wherever he can do it. That's really sick, man. I love that background. Wooden deck-like looking pattern. The Lone Stalker. The pigtails. These are nice, man. It's really awesome when you lay them out like that. Fill out a binder. This is what I was trying to get Eric to do, like art cards for Sorcery. Wouldn't it be so great to have like a set of art cards for Sorcery where just full art? You could fill out a binder with them inexpensively. Or even like they could make it like a different material. This one looks like it's almost together. Similar color palettes. And then that's the last one in the pack. What is this? This is some kind of dragon. Fire Garden. Yeah, how incredible it would be to have like a full art set. We kind of have it on the foils, but they're like largely unattainable, except in beta. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just do the 1-pack tonight. It's midnight. Should probably wrap it up. Please like and subscribe to the video. Yeah, if you want to get on a sample pack break, let me know. We'll try to sell that out. Maybe it won't happen this weekend. We'll try to do it next weekend. We got 8 packs to go, so unless like some big whale comes in and buys them all up for a few grand, 400 a slot. You know, the sample cards are really valuable. If you hit an elite, unique, or exceptional, they're extremely rare. So the packs are obscenely expensive to buy. So, you know, it is what it is on the price. If you guys are interested, it's great historical collectible. But please like and subscribe to the video. Hope you enjoyed the talk, speculation, the drama, the action that's going on. I think it'll kind of smooth over. You know, it's going to be rough couple weeks. It should be an exciting time. Hopefully it can be exciting. You stay positive and enjoy it. There's a lot of frustration, but, you know, sooner or later we'll have product and it'll all be forgotten. You know, we're just going to like be blown away by the product. I have no doubt. It's going to be super exciting. The team's trying hard. Communications could probably be a little tightened up, a little better, especially like communicate with the stores. You know, you don't know everything to the players, you know, or the collectors. But you got to talk to the stores because the stores are your advocates. They're the champions of the game. They're the ones that are going to retain people, recruit and attract new people, grow the game, keep the game alive. That's what we all want. It's what we all need. So if you guys want to join the community group or the Collector Art House Discord, the links are in the bottom. Thanks for hanging out, and hope you all have a great night and a great weekend. Take care. See ya.